It's time for a story from our book, Tales of Friendship with Winnie the Pooh. Each story happens here, in the 100-acre wood. Hello. Are you ready to meet Pooh and all his friends? Today, I'm going to read you The Sweetest of Friends. Pooh and Piglet are best friends and are always together, except... well, let's read the story, shall we? Ready? It was another day in the 100-acre wood. Another day for best friends Pooh and Piglet to be together. Oh, rumble, rumble. Pooh's tummy told him it was time for breakfast. He was on his way to Piglet's for that very reason. "Good morning, Piglet," said Pooh as he arrived at Piglet's for breakfast. "Good morning, Pooh. I've made acorn pie," said Piglet. "Mmm," said Pooh. "Lovely with some honey on top." The two friends sat down for breakfast. Pooh was right. It was delicious. When the last drop of honey had disappeared inside Pooh's tummy, he stood up. "Feels like nap time," he said. "Splendid idea, Pooh," said Piglet. "But perhaps a walk first?" Each day they walked together, with each season holding a new adventure. In the autumn, the friends played in piles of leaves. In the winter, they made snow angels. In spring, they watched the trees become green again. And in summer, they picked fragrant flowers. In the 100-acre wood, where there was Pooh, there was Piglet. And where there was Piglet, there was Pooh. Rumble, rumble, rumble. Pooh's tummy would let them know when it was lunchtime. Then Piglet would watch birds and bugs while Pooh snoozed against a nearby tree. On this particular day, as Pooh and Piglet walked along, Pooh's tummy, as usual, began to rumble. Just then, a bee flew by. Pooh and his tummy followed the bee. Piglet usually followed Pooh and his tummy, but on this day, at exactly the same time as the bee flew in one direction, a beautiful butterfly fluttered by in the other. Piglet ran after the butterfly, trying to get a closer look. And so, the best friends parted ways without even realizing it. Piglet watched as the colorful butterfly went from flower to flower. He looked closely at its lovely wings. "Would you like to look at the butterfly with my binoculars, Pooh?" Piglet asked without looking behind him. There was only silence. Piglet turned towards the tree where Pooh liked to nap. No Pooh. "Oh, dear," said Piglet, alarmed. He had to find his friend. Piglet hurried off. He wasn't sure where he was heading, but he knew he'd be there when Pooh was there too. Meanwhile, Pooh had finished with the bee, or rather, bees. But how had he wound up with no honey and with no Piglet? Where was his best friend? "I'm so excited to see you, Piglet," cried Pooh when he finally found his friend. "Where were you, Pooh?" said Piglet. "You weren't snoozing against the tree." "That's precisely where I wasn't," said Pooh. "I'll make sure to say goodbye next time," said Piglet happily. "And I shall as well," Pooh said, equally happily. Piglet looked at Pooh. "It would appear that together or apart, we're still the best of friends," said Piglet. "Yes, that is how it would appear," Pooh agreed. "What shall we do tomorrow?" asked Piglet. Meet for breakfast," said Pooh. "Splendid idea," said Piglet. "And then perhaps go for a walk together?" "Wonderful," said Pooh. What a lovely story. It's good to have a best friend, isn't it? I bet you do. Ooh, hear that? Nearly bedtime in the 100-acre wood. Now the day is nearly through, it's time for sleepy heads. But there's something we should do before we go to bed. First we get our PJs just right. Then we're going to brush our teeth all sparkly and white. Pick our favorite storybook and tuck our toys in tight. Don't forget that hug and kiss, then turn out the light. Snug as a bear can be, dreaming in a honey tree. Snug as a bear, yeah, yeah, snug as a bear can be. Oh, bother. Think, think, think. Let's go through our bedtime list. Got our PJs on?
Yes.
We've brushed our teeth?
Yes.
Read our storybook?
Yes.
Our toys tucked in?
Yes.
Then what did we miss? Oh, yes, that hug and kiss. Snug as a bear can be, dreaming in a honey tree. Snug as a bear, yeah, yeah. Snug as a bear can be. 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 Good night, trees and honeybees.